Did you know that about 85% of men don't realize when they're being cheated on? Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's true. Today, we're going to unpack something that could completely change how you view your relationship. But before we dive deep, if you're serious about leveling up your life and relationships, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into it. Guys, pay close attention. What I'm about to tell you might just expose some of the most overlooked truths about female behavior. You've probably heard people say women are experts at hiding their real intentions. Well, it's not just a stereotype, it's a survival skill for some. When it comes to cheating, many women are incredibly subtle. While guys often leave obvious clues behind, women can make deception look like an art form. But don't stress, I've got you. Today, I'm revealing 6 common phrases women often use when they're cheating. And chances are you've heard at least one of these without even realizing what it meant. Just think, what if her words have been telling you the truth all along, but in a way you never noticed? Has she ever said something that seemed harmless, but in hindsight might have been a warning sign? Stick around, because what you'll learn today could be the difference between living in denial or waking up to a truth that changes everything. Number 1. He just gets me. If your girlfriend or wife keeps bringing up another guy and saying things like, "He understands me so well," you need to pay attention. At first, it might sound like casual admiration, but it can be much deeper than that. This could be an early sign of an emotional connection forming outside your relationship. Emotional cheating often starts like this: praising someone else, comparing you to him, saying he gets her in ways you don't. That innocent compliment might actually be her expressing that she's emotionally drifting away from you and finding comfort in someone else. Ask yourself, who is this guy she keeps talking about? Why is she so eager to highlight how great he is? Emotional bonds can quickly become physical ones, and by the time you notice it, it might already be too late. Stay alert and don't ignore these subtle signs. Number 2. Don't worry, I'm just hanging out with friends. This one sounds normal, right? But when it's used often, and especially when her story feels vague or inconsistent, it might mean something more. A woman who doesn't want you to dig deeper will often lean on routine excuses like going out with friends. It gives her room to maneuver while keeping you off her trail. It's a clever way to avoid suspicion, because who questions a girl's night out? But here's what to watch for. Is she being secretive about who she's going with? Does her story change the next day? Is she suddenly more protective of her phone? These are red flags that shouldn't be brushed off. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. For 3. I just need some space. When a woman says she needs space, it can sound reasonable. Everyone needs room to breathe, right? But you've got to dig a little deeper. Sometimes, I need space isn't about finding balance. It's about creating distance, physically or emotionally, to explore something or someone else. It's often used as a soft way to pull away from the relationship without causing too much suspicion. Ask yourself, is she using that space to better herself or to quietly disconnect from you? If her alone time becomes a habit and she seems less interested in spending time together, it could be a sign that she's emotionally checked out or checking in elsewhere. Be aware of what this space is actually being used for. For 4. I've got to work late tonight. If she suddenly starts working late more often than usual, it's worth paying attention. While career demands are real, using work as a cover-up is one of the oldest tricks in the book. What makes it suspicious is when this excuse becomes a pattern, and her stories don't quite add up. Maybe she says she was at the office, but there's no evidence. Maybe her mood shifts, or she becomes defensive when you ask questions. These could be signs that something's going on behind the scenes. Always observe the details: her tone, her timing, and her reaction when you show concern. It's not about being controlling, it's about protecting yourself from being blindsided. Number 5. Maybe we should take a break. This might sound like a chance to fix things, but often, it's a doorway to infidelity. When someone suggests a break, they might already be emotionally detaching, or worse, making room to pursue someone else without the guilt of technically cheating. It's a way of keeping the door open while testing the waters outside the relationship. If this suggestion comes out of the blue or follows odd behavior, ask yourself, is she really trying to fix things, or is she planning an exit? Breaks are often less about healing and more about experimenting with freedom. Don't ignore the timing or frequency of this request. There's usually more going on than meets the eye. Number 6. You deserve someone better than me. On the surface, this phrase sounds selfless, even noble. But behind the curtain, it can hide a guilty conscience. When a woman says this, she might be trying to ease her own guilt over something she knows she shouldn't have done. It's a way of shifting responsibility to you, making it seem like she's doing you a favor by letting you go. The truth? This could be her subtle way of hinting that something's already happened, or is about to. It's not always about insecurity. It's often about pre-justifying an exit or a betrayal. So, have you heard any of these phrases before? Recognizing the signs is the first step to protecting yourself. Relationships require trust, but they also require awareness. If something feels off, don't ignore it. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more powerful insights on love, loyalty, and leveling up your life.